have 0.10. You guys are contradicting what I'm saying. What is going on, everyone? This is Yvette from Gleaming with Evie. I am a licensed esthetician here in Los Angeles, California. I'm so sorry for that dog. I keep waiting on him to stop barking and he stops, and as soon as I start talking again, he starts barking again. I don't know whose dog it is. He's been barking for a while. It's been hours and it's so irritating because I'm just like, dude, like, I need to film this. I need to film this. So anyway, I am a licensed esthetician here in California. I do facials and lashes and brows, and that's pretty much what this channel is all about. So if you're into any of that, make sure to subscribe down below so you can see a lot more of my work and a lot more of what it's like to be an esthetician. Minus the barking dog. He stopped though, for now. We'll see if he continues. Anyway, today's video is going to be for my lash girls again. I do a lot of lashes, so I have a lot of information on lashing. I have been lashing for 2 years. I have learned a lot. I have experimented with a lot. I have taken several courses. Yeah, I just want to let you guys know some things that I know would have definitely helped me in the very beginning if I would have known most of this. Yeah, let's just get right into this. I feel like courses have gotten so much better. They are a lot more expensive, but I feel like lashing has just changed so much, and definitely the way people are teaching, the things we're teaching, the products we're using, everything is changing a lot more. There's just so much more to it. There is a lot that goes into lashing. It's so funny because yesterday I was actually just on Facebook. You know, I'm a part of many different esthetician groups or just business owner groups, and I think it was in one of the esthetician groups or one of the, like, I think it was like the Money Making Esthetician is what the group is called. I can't remember, but point blank, someone like initiated a conversation and was like, what is something that you, well, what you least enjoy doing as an esthetician, basically, you know? And so obviously, like, I feel like the main things estheticians do are either facials, waxing, lashes, or brows. But even brows, I feel like that goes in between cosmos and estheticians. Mainly estheticians because of the waxing portion, but now, like, well, not even just now, cosmetologists are just, they do get trained in that as well. But I do feel like that one's more of a middle ground. But for sure, lashes, facials, and just like full-on body waxing, I do feel like that is more of an esthetician thing. But it's so funny because in this group, everyone, and I mean everyone, was like lashing. Occasionally some people were like, oh, PMU, like permanent makeup. But the majority of the people were saying lashes, and like, I was like, where are all the lash artists chiming in and being like, well, it's not so bad? But the truth is, if you're not dedicated and this is not something that like you really want to pursue, it definitely is not for the weak. Your back is gonna hurt. It is very tedious. It is something that takes a lot of time and patience and dedication, because you don't learn from one day to the next all these things. Like, it really takes time. You start seeing the improvement little by little, but it really is a patient tester, you know? Like, that is like 100% a fact right there. You have to have lots of patience for lashes. I mean, think about it. You are looking at these little tiny hairs and you have to apply an extension to every single one of these, and we have hundreds in each eye. So yeah, very tedious, very time consuming, but you know what? When you see that full set on someone, especially when it's like a volume set, very nice, everything's like on point, inner corners look beautiful, even when they close their eyes and you just see everything like so perfectly placed, like inner corners looking very nice and fanned in, and then the outer corners going out. It's just like, it's so satisfying, you know? But again, to get there, it takes time, and a lot of the courses are not that great for beginners. Let's be honest. Sometimes you might even go and spend $2,000, and this individual will say that they will mentor you, and the next thing you know, they like just don't, you never hear about them. They say that they're gonna promote your work, and they just forget about you, you know? They're just like, all right, here's your certificate, good luck, and then like nothing ever happens. So, you know, you have to put in some more work. Sometimes you have to go on YouTube and figure some stuff out on there. You have to go and take other classes. I personally did everything and anything that I possibly could to better myself, to figure out what I had to do. But I will say, so the first class I personally took, it was not the best. It was in total it was like a 10, no, not even, it was like a 4 and 4. It was like an 8-hour course over the span of 2 days. But I will say that what I personally loved about my trainer, it may not have been the best training, my kit may not have been the best, but I will say that she at least kept in touch with me, and any questions that I had, I felt comfortable enough to go and ask her like what it was that I should be doing. Okay, so I got very briefly interrupted. I don't remember where I left off, but I do know I was talking about my very first kit, my very first training. And yeah, just point blank, my first kit was not that great. Again, that's where I left off. I loved my first trainer because I felt very comfortable with like texting her if I had any issues, like, hey, how do I've been getting so many stickies, how do I take care of that? What do you recommend? You know, all these little things. But it wasn't something where like as soon as I left my training, I was like, hell yeah, I got this. Like, no, you know? So anyway, my kit came with, I believe it was like D curl 0.07, 14 millimeters, easy fans. I had 1 tray of those, and then I had like a 0.05, I think it was the C curl 12 millimeters, and then I think I had 1 mixed tray of D curl, all easy fans, and then I think it was 0.07, and then I had like 1.15 C curl, and I think that was it for my kit. And honestly, I don't think it was that great. Personally, I would have rather gotten like maybe like two to 3 mixed curls. It could have been 0.07, it could have been 0.05, whatever. But if I could have gotten like at least like 2 D curl 0.07 mixed trays, and then maybe like 2 or like 1 C curl classic and 1 D curl classic, like I would have been happy with that, you know. I'm not complaining about my first kit, to be honest with you. My first class was not that expensive, and so I understand, you know, like part of that money that I pay for the class goes into my kit, and so if the class is cheap, most likely your kit will not be that big. So definitely keep that in mind when you are looking for a class. But if everything that I just said right now makes absolutely no sense to you, that is why I'm making this video, because I want you to know how to buy lashes. Because when I first started, I had no idea. First of all, I didn't even know I got easy fans. So just with that, like I went and I bought regular fanning lashes, and let me tell you, it was a whole mess. I felt like I wasted my money. I felt like I was never gonna be able to like figure this out. And the next thing I knew, I realized that those were not easy fans, and what I had been using were easy fans, and so I ended up buying more easy fans. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't know how to buy lashes, if you don't even know what C curl, D curl, or any of that means, I'm gonna go ahead and explain most of that to you here. And then, yeah, we'll see how, if you learned something with this video. I hope you do. We're gonna start off with curls, because it's kind of like the most easiest thing for you to figure out right now. I'm pretty sure you probably already know like most curls, but if you don't know, your main curls will be C curl and D curl. If you are just starting out, as long as you carry those 2 curls, you can lash pretty much anyone that comes in. I personally carry C, CC, and D curl, and L curl as well. And I believe I have 1 M curl tray, but just to like play with. And yeah, that's pretty much it, because I don't carry DD or D plus, however you want to call it. So those are your curls. And then you have your point 15, point 20, point 10, point 07, point 05. Now, this is where it gets a little confusing and tricky. So I just want you guys to know that anything that is 0.1 something, so 0.10, 0.12, 0.15, 0.20, 0.18 is another one. Those are gonna be your classic sets. That's gonna, I mean, your classic lashes. That's gonna be for your classic lashes. And anything that starts with 0.0 whatever, so 0.07, 0.05, 0.04, 0.03, 0.02, because now they have like a whole lot. Anything 0.0 whatever is gonna be your volume lashes, okay? Keep that in mind. And then from there, you have a number, and then you have the MM next to the number. So that's gonna stand for the length of the lash. So I believe the lowest number you could see is 6. I don't know. I think the shortest length of lashes are 6. So 6 mm, 7 mm, 8, 9, 10. I believe the longest you can probably get is like 16, 18, and maybe 18. I feel like I've only worked with 16 as the longest length, and that's usually for like my spikes. But they do have other lengths that are, I believe the longest one I've heard of people using is 18. So how to shop for lashes, that's the beginner lash artist. My very first tip will be to get mixed tray. With a mixed tray, you'll be able to do like maybe like 2 full sets, maybe like a full set and maybe like 2 fills. So I don't know how you guys are with your beginner client, like as a beginner with your clients, but personally I didn't have that many clients, so one mixed tray wouldn't last me like forever, but it would last me a while, you know. I will say you go through trays a lot faster because you end up like losing some of the lashes when you're making your fans. Sometimes they don't come out like you want them, you end up tossing it, so you do go through lashes a lot faster as a beginner. So just keep that in mind, but definitely go for a mixed tray and just try to stick to C and D curl. I'm gonna go ahead and go on Lost Artistry's website just so you guys can get a feel of what it's like to be shopping online for lashes, and I'll be trying to pop this on the screen. I'm gonna be showing Lost Artistry because personally I feel like Lost Artistry is a very easy to navigate website. Not only that, but like everything's just very well laid out, very easy to find. You could go on the tab, everything is just very, like, I love that website. Once you figure this out, you're gonna be able to shop on any website with confidence. But I will say some layouts for some websites are just a little different than others. So that is why I'm gonna show you guys Lost Artistry. So let's go ahead and go on Lost Artistry. And if you guys haven't checked out their YouTube channel, definitely go check it out because they have so many educational videos, so many different sets that you can create. And not only that, but they have a lot of like mini courses which are less expensive. I'm going to be making a video on the courses that I have taken so you guys can take a look at these. I am not someone who has been able to spend a lot of money when it comes to courses, but yet I've been able to like advance in this. So I'll be telling you guys the courses that I have been a part of, subscriptions, because I am a part of a subscription right now, but also just courses that I've taken that have really helped me so that you guys can take some of that too. So definitely make sure to subscribe down below and keep an eye. You might even want to turn on the notification bell, I don't know, so you can get notified when I post more videos. So I'm gonna go on the website. Okay, and obviously when you go on the website, it has like their specials, their highlights, you know, but I'm gonna go ahead and click the 3 little lines up on top and everything's already categorized for you. So we want to buy lashes, obviously. So for lashes, you have your pre-fan volume. Those are your pre-made lashes. Typically those are a little more expensive. When you do work with these, it's like if you're working with classic lashes, you don't have to fan anything out. You literally just pick up in place. I've talked about these type of lashes in previous videos where I say some of the pros and cons. The main con that people will tell you is that you don't get the best retention with these because you're not able to wrap the lashes around the natural lash. But it is beginner friendly because you don't have to be fanning anything out or anything like that. So just a little FYI if you want to take a look at those. It's not a bad option, but there are some pros and cons to it. Sorry, we have the washing machine going. Okay, I'm sorry. So right below that you have your easy fans. Again, that's where I was going. Pros and cons with that, I have a whole video on it. If you're interested in learning more about easy fans, I'll go ahead and link it somewhere up here so you guys can just tap into it and see what that is all about. But then after that, you have your classic lashes, which I just talked about. You know, your 0.10s, 0.12s, 0.15, 0.18, 0.20. And then we have our volume, just regular volume. So these are gonna be your non-easy fan volume lashes. You know, these don't have that little glue at the base that will hold the base together. So when you do fan these out, make sure to pick them up and don't loosen that grip on your tweezers so your lashes don't just go flying everywhere. And then after that, you have your flat lashes. Flat lashes are classic lashes that are flat. You know, typically any hair is like a little round. Flat lashes are flat, so these you can only apply either to the top or bottom of the lash. You can't really apply to the sides. But also they give a darker, more dense look than regular classic lashes because they're flat, and they say they give better retention because they literally lay flat on the top or on the bottom. I think I get pretty good retention with regular classic lashes, so I really feel like it all just depends on your placement, how much glue you pick up, and your environment, of course, when it comes to retention with classic lashes. Then after that, you have your kits, and then you have your Shop This Set, which is something that Lost Artistry has. Again, if you go on their YouTube channel, I don't really know if they still do this because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really kept up with their videos lately. But in the very beginning, I used to see them creating different style sets. And then what they would do is the Shop This Set category. And so whatever set they created on YouTube, they would bring it into the website and they'll put a picture of it and they'll show you what products exactly they used to create that set, and you can go ahead and buy those products so you can recreate the set following the videos. So again, very beginner friendly with this website. I love Lost Artistry. So for the sake of this video, we're gonna go into volume lashes because I feel like shopping for volume lashes is a little bit more like hard, I guess, than shopping for classic lashes. So with volume lashes, you have your black volume, your color volume, and your rainbow volume. So we're gonna go with black because we're doing just black. I'm not going into anything with color. This is what I mean. It's so easy to just figure out what it is that you're looking for, as opposed to like lip base, where like once you go to lashes, it literally shows you all their lashes and you have to keep scrolling until you find the ones that you want. And it's just, yeah, this one is just so much easier to navigate. So once you go into your lashes, it shows the price and it says the fan type. You want standard, you want textured, or you want ultra dark. So your standard is just your typical ones. Your textured, with Lost Artistry, their textured lashes will come with different lengths in each strip to give it more of a wispy effect. Trust me, those are so beautiful. Like, you will create a wispy set without trying to create a wispy set. Basically, it just gives some more texture. And then you have your ultra dark ones. I have not tried their ultra dark ones. I think those are new, actually. So then below that, you have your curl. Now, as you guys can see, they have B curl. What I like about their layout with their curls is that it goes from the very, like, the least curl, which is B. You know, that one's pretty flat. You would want to use that on like a guy. I've actually had an inquiry before for B curl, and it was from a guy. He told me he was like a model and he wanted something very subtle, but he still wanted that darkness. And then you have your C curl, which is literally your most standard curl for anyone. You have CC, D, DD, L, or M. L curl, I love Lost Artistry's L curl because it's like an LC. Kind of has a little curve. It looks a little more natural, but it still comes up, so it gives you that still gives you that lift. And then you have your diameter. So this is where it gets a little tricky. Make sure to pay attention to this one. You're gonna want to go, again, this is your volume. Why do they have 0.10? You guys are contradicting what I'm saying. Honestly, I would not use 0.10 for volume. 0.10, if you do 2 of those, it would be like 0.20. If you do 2 of them, it would be like 0.20. I know Lost Artistry has like a whole math thing where they're like, oh, if you don't just multiply it by 2 or whatever. But yeah, anyway, 0.10, I would consider that still classic, but according to Lost Artistry, it's not, so you do what you want with that information. But anyway, volume 0.03, 0.05, 0.07. A little rule of thumb that I like to keep: you can use 0.07 for hybrids or your Russian volume, 0.05 for your regular volume, 0.03 for your mega volumes. So then from there you have your lengths. They actually go down to 5 millimeter, 5 mm, but then you have, you know, it goes up to 18, and then you have your mixed. So you have your mix 5 through 7, mix 7 through 9, mix 8 through 15, which is the ones I typically go for because lengths 8 are really good for the inner corners, and then 15 is pretty long for the girls that want longer lashes, but they're not overly long either. You can create very universal sets with those. Those are the ones I would recommend that you go for. The other mixed trays that they have, so for example, mixed 10 to 11, those come with more strips of these lengths. So usually you'll see 16 strips, I believe it is, that they have on their thing, in their tray. So 16 lengths will be, 16 strips will be on there, and with lengths 10 to 11, it'll be like 8 of those strips will be 10 millimeter, and then the other 8 will be your 11 millimeter. So you just get more of each strip. That is what I like about Lost Artistry too, that as you're advancing in your business, in your clientele, you're able to buy more and more and still save some money. So you're able to continue buying a mixed tray with more of these lengths, but you're still not buying a full single length tray. I don't know, personally for me, it took me a while to end up buying single length trays. So yeah, again, it just depends on where you're at with your business and your career just in general. As a beginner, let's say I do a lot of hybrid lashes, and let's say I do a lot of hybrid lashes and I do them a lot with like 0.05. Well, actually, you know what? Okay. So for me, let's say I do a lot of hybrid lashes, and because I am on a budget and I know I get some volume clients, some classic clients, some hybrid clients, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to use 0.07s for my hybrids. I'm actually going to use 0.05s for both my regular volume and my hybrid lashes, which, to be honest with you, that's what I do. I started off by using 0.07s because that's what I was taught. But then I switched to 0.05s, and I still stick to doing the fans a little smaller in dimension, but sometimes I do make them a little bigger depending on how full my clients want their lashes. So if I am going to be doing the 0.05s, and then I do want a mixed tray, like I said, mixed trays are just the way to go when you are buying lashes as a beginner. Again, they're gonna last you longer. You're not gonna be spending a whole lot of money. I made the mistake of buying like a lot of lashes, easy fan, single length, in like C and D curl, and they're all still there because I made the switch a little bit after, and yeah, they're all just sitting there in a box right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do because I really don't want to use them anymore, so whatever. Anyway, I would buy a C curl in that, and then I would also probably buy a D curl in that, so you don't have to change anything else. You're just changing the curl now. So I'm just going to change the curl, mixed tray 8 to 15, add to cart. And then let's go ahead and say, because I'm going to make a hybrid set, I need classic lashes now. So I'm going to go back to lashes. We're going to go to classic, and then they only have one option. It's the matte black. Perfect. And yeah, I'm gonna personally, oh, see, they do have the 0.10s there. Don't use 0.10s for volume. I think it's too heavy. I would not do it. You know, I lost artistry. I don't know what you have in there. Anyway, personally, I like to use 0.12s or 0.15s for classic lashes. I feel like 0.15s are a little more universal. 0.12s are a little thinner, but I do like to use 0.12s on my more mature clients or clients who just have thinner lashes. But I will say I've only bought 0.12s once. I bought 0.15s a lot more than that, because then I started introducing Classic Plus, and with that I'm able to do lighter weight lashes without actually buying classic lashes. So that's a whole other thing. So anyway, for this, again, we're gonna stick to mixed trays. You want to stick to mixed trays as a beginner, because again, you're gonna get all the different lengths and you're gonna get to create many different styles, and you're not gonna spend as much money. So 0.15 mixed trays, C curl, that's what I want. And then, come on internet, don't be rude. Oh, why? Perfect. Okay, and then from there I'm gonna do the D curl in 0.15 as well. Trust me, if you get these in the very beginning, you're gonna be good. All right, that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna buy as a beginner lash artist. That is how I'm gonna buy trays. Now, again, rule of thumb, anything with 0.0 whatever, those are your volume lashes. Any letter that you see, that's your curl. And then anything that has a number with the MM at the very end, that's your length, okay? And definitely go with mixed trays. So that's pretty much it for today's video. That is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. I feel like it was all over the place, mainly because I got interrupted, but I hope it was helpful to you. I hope you're able to read lash trays a little more, feel a little more confident with buying your lashes as a beginner. You will get it down. Again, lashing is not for everyone, but if you have the patience and you are determined to figure this out, you will. If I was able to do it, trust me, you will too. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye. What is going on, everyone? This is Yvette from Gleaming with Evie. Oh my god, I'm trying to film this intro without that dog barking.